It's evening. You're in the kitchen tidying up, maybe checking your locks one last time before bed. Outside, the porch light flickers on. Probably a cat, you think. The house feels quiet, safe. But here's what most people never realize. Burglars don't wait until you make a mistake. They look for what you didn't think to check. And sometimes, it's the very tools we trust most that create the cracks they slip through. Hi, I'm Kathy Sizemore, your security pro. I'm a mom, a neighbor, and I've spent the last 25 years helping families protect what matters most. I know what it feels like to want your home to be a safe haven without obsessing over every shadow. That's why today I want to walk you through 5 unexpected risks that often get overlooked and how you can quietly, confidently close those gaps. The last one might just shift how you see home security altogether. Let's start with something many of us have welcomed into our homes: smart devices. From cameras to locks to lights, they've made security feel easier. But here's the catch: more tech doesn't always mean more security. Sometimes it just means more digital doors left unlocked. I worked with a young couple, new parents, who had installed smart locks on every exterior door. It made life feel more secure until one afternoon. They got a call, a phone alert. Their back door had just been unlocked, but no one was home. At first, they thought it was just a glitch, but when they checked their app settings, they realized they never changed the default admin login. Their system was still wide open to anyone who knew where to look. There was no break-in, but the vulnerability was real, and the stress of not knowing who else could have accessed their home, that was enough to shake their trust in the whole system. So here's the shift. Don't just install tech, steward it. Just like we schedule oil changes or dental cleanings, make firmware checks a routine part of your month. Quiet maintenance that builds real peace of mind. We think of social media as personal, but in the wrong hands, it becomes a blueprint. I've seen people post boarding passes, countdowns, even photos that accidentally show security panel locations. I get it, you're proud, you're excited, but oversharing, even with good intentions, can unintentionally invite the wrong eyes. Before you post, ask, would I hand this information to a stranger in a parking lot? If not, maybe don't hand it to the internet either. Adjust privacy settings. Delay your vacation photos until you're back home. And avoid sharing patterns like daily routines or specific times when no one's home. Because security isn't about going silent. It's about being intentional with your signal. Your Wi-Fi network is the invisible foundation of your smart home. And if it's not secure, everything built on it, your locks, cameras, sensors, everything's vulnerable. Most people don't change their router's login. Many don't enable strong encryption either. But there's something even more overlooked: using public Wi-Fi when you're out and about. When I'm checking my cameras or security system away from home, I always use a VPN like NordVPN. It adds that layer of protection when I'm on hotel Wi-Fi or in an airport lounge. Think of it as drawing your digital blinds. No one needs to see inside. Simple tool, huge peace of mind. Sometimes it's what you plant that opens the door. That hedge that gives you privacy, it may also give cover to someone approaching your window. Overgrown shrubs, dark corners, low visibility, all of these quietly invite risk. One night, a neighbor texted me. They'd seen movement alongside our side yard. I reviewed the video footage and realized the lighting back there had gone out weeks ago. Now I use motion-activated lights along the perimeter. They're simple, wireless, and they wake up the second someone steps into their range. In our backyard, we have a Ring floodlight cam. It lights up and shows me exactly what triggered it, right on my cell phone. And just like lighting, the plants we choose matter. We added thorny shrubs under our front windows, not because they're pretty, but because they send a message. This house pays attention. I meet a lot of people who feel secure because they've checked the boxes. Alarm sign out front, one camera above the garage, maybe a system they arm before trips. But burglars don't need to defeat your whole system. They just need you to forget one step. Security isn't a gadget, it's a rhythm. At our home, we use the First Alert Pro Series, professionally monitored, fully integrated. It covers doors, windows, water, smoke, and it connects through the Total Connect app so I know what's happening no matter where I am. But not everyone wants a pro install. That's why I also recommend the Ring Alarm Kit for DIYers. It's easy to set up, works with other Ring gear, and it lets you choose whether you want to self-monitor or opt in for professional coverage. The real key? Layering. Alarms, lights, habits, routines. Because a layered home is a harder home to target. If this resonates, don't miss my video on the truth about alarm monitoring. In that video, I share a personal story there that still shapes how I think about home protection. I'll link it above and I'll link it in the video description below. So what's the real risk when it comes to home security? It's thinking that the basics are enough. That if the doors are locked and the alarm is set, you're covered. In my experience, it's the small, quiet details, the ones we don't think to check, that make the biggest difference. If this video gave you something to think about or something to fix, go ahead and tap that like button and subscribe. I share tips like this in every video, and I'd love to know, which of these risks surprised you the most? Or is there one that you've seen firsthand that I didn't mention? Your story might help someone else stay a step ahead. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and don't let yourself be a victim of crime. The biggest threats to your home often aren't dramatic. They're the ones that hide in the everyday. But even small changes like the ones we talked about today can shift the odds in your favor.